So broadening this out, because these things all sound great, but they're not without challenges to deliver on, right? If they were easy to do, everyone would be running away with wonderful data-driven metrics and automating all their organizations. So what challenges do you see, and what opportunities actually are there for improvements for other organizations? What should they be keeping in mind when they're thinking about being more data-driven?
In this space, I still believe that the biggest challenge here is that the data is not always being used to its full potential. As I said, we all are sitting on a data mine. It's just that discovering it and start digging into that mine. And then to ensure we have meaningful data, the manual processes must be digitized first. The earlier part I mentioned, right? Because more digitized processes, more the data. And then when there is a data, you may have everywhere. But then what about the quality, right? So you need to be able to segregate the signals from the noise, or else it's hard to leverage that data for great decisions. Remember, good data, good decisions, bad data, bad decisions, right? So it's very important to get those data out there and then make it into or keep it into the best of quality, which is much more usable across. And finally, use of the metrics and measurement needs to be effective. Measuring everything is not a virtue. I think it's a stupidity, right? If you really start measuring everything under the sun, focus on something that matters at the point in time, stabilize it, mature it, and then move to the new set of metrics, right? So that is the approach which worked for us brilliantly, and I would say that's a challenge if some organizations are failing into it, and they should possibly try this way. At RB, we constantly learned it, right? We kept improving in this space while infusing the digital KPIs into the service KPIs. We have done it via balanced scorecard approach that gives us a nice four-dimensional view of what's going on within our services, within the entire ecosystem. So that's how I would put the challenge and the way we tackle it.
Yeah, there's some really good points there. And when it comes to digital adoption, obviously, this is something that, again, should be data-driven. And this is an approach that Adopt's always taken in their product. We have, quite rich analytics capabilities to be able to give you insights into what's going on in applications, what's going on in business processes, which users are struggling to be as efficient or causing support tickets or just generally taking too long to complete tasks. So how are you using Adopt to improve on that becoming data-driven goal?
Sure. So in our case, metrics and measurements from Iris and Adopt help us better understand the user journeys, right? Where users are spending more time. And Adopt reveals that what users like, dislike, or how our employees are consuming the content, and how Iris is being used, right? We also measure what ultimately helped user and what didn't. That means user end up creating a ticket. And by looking at all these, we have incrementally bring improvements across various areas. So that was a contribution from the Adopt side, and how we are using it in this space.
Yeah, and I think, it's really nice that the models come together. We've always talked to clients about this process of continuous improvement, measuring and improving on things over time. One of the classic mistakes with digital adoption is it's just a go live add-on, and it isn't. It's something that can actually realize value and productivity across the lifetime of that application you're supporting. So really good to hear how you're using the data there.